Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good morning. This is a video for last class, considered as last class. Before that, I would like to apologize to you all because towards the end of the lecture, we not having a physical class face-to-face, and a few class has been cancelled due to some reason, because maybe because I have a meeting outstation, and also the condition of lecture room is not convenient because of the projector. But I hope that you get something from this subject. It's not only to take the subject for to pass, I mean to get your degree, but the most important, as I always mention in the class, that knowledge, at least you get some idea what is the vision system all about. So as for the last class, today I will touch a bit on chapter 7, because this is the last chapter, and the most important is some scope for final exam, so that you can focus on your preparation for the final exam, because this is one way how you can strengthen your ideas on this subject. When you prepare for final examination, then you will get a lot of knowledge for this subject, and maybe you can't get from lecture, but I believe and I hope that you will understand when you make a revision or you make a preparation for your final examination, because this is very important, especially to avoid you from repeat this subject. I don't want to see you on the next coming semester because you fail for this subject. This final exam is very, very critical, because it contributes 60%. If your coursework below than 20%, so if you not perform good, so you have another 20% to pass for this subject. So please try to understand, read my slide, ask your friend, study in group. Sometimes when you read the slides, you don't understand, or maybe you feel that you understand, but you are actually misunderstanding on certain part in the slide, because there is no explanation unless you get some notes from my class. Okay, let me share a bit. Share screen. Share screen. Let me share chapter 7. Chapter 7. If I'm not mistaken, my last class, physical class, I've touched a bit on one or two application, but I would like to finish this chapter 7. So this chapter is a combination from all starting from chapter 1 until chapter 6, because this is the mission vision or vision system. So on this chapter 7, you will use all the knowledge or information from chapter 1 until chapter 6 to propose a system, uh, to propose a method to develop a system. For example, this pineapple inspection system, you know, uh, detecting cell. So this is all I think I already explained in the class. So like this is the, for example, parasite detection or any other application. This is the common stack, but the details you have to relate with the application that you propose. I mean, yeah. For example, data acquisition. If we are proposing a system for parasite detection, so in for the data acquisition, yeah, then this is the first step on any vision system development. But when you explain on this part, then you have to relate with the parasite. For example, and what kind of parasite you need to acquire. I mean the data, the image. The how many sample, you know, and then how to perform the data, to acquire the data, something like that. So the same goes to pre-processing, although the concept is common or general, but you have to relate with the application. If you just explain what is pre-processing without related to the case that you propose the vision system, so it is not a correct explanation. Okay, it's not correct discussion. Next, for example, image processing, feature extraction, and finally classification. Classification means that we can detect the parasite. So this is an example for this parasite detection. There are two types of parasite: Ascaris lumbicoides and Trichuricura. So this is all the medical term, ALO and TTO. So how to acquire the data? We use oscilloscope because the bacteria is very, very small. Then we have to get the data by using a microscope. So we have to take the sample of ALO, as many as possible. Then we acquire the data of TTO. So that is the first step of data acquisition in a process of vision system development. Okay, that's how you relate with the step. If you just put if you just explain in general, so it is not good discussion of the of this case study. Okay, so next, for example, pre-processing. What you need to do on pre-processing? We learn filtering, we learn a region of interest segmentation, so image enhancement, so on and so forth. Try to give your ideas. Next step, when we have this image, what next process you need to? There is no wrong method, but you have to discuss and explain a correct method with related to the case study, right? So that's the point. Okay. So this is example of some coding. We can use morphology. For example, intelligent traffic light. Intelligent traffic light by using vision. So you can think lah, based on the knowledge that we learn from chapter 1 until chapter 6, then you can give some ideas on this intelligent traffic light system by using uh, vision, image processing technique, so on and so forth. So if you are given any case study, so you are able to think, but of course in uh, in final examination, um, the case study that given to you, which 25 marks, is a case study where you can think logically. I mean the application by logic, by your experience, you can think how to propose a vision system. Okay, all right. So that's all on chapter 7. I would like to go to the some revision on final examination so that you can focus yourself. Um, this is my effort lah. I mean, normally, based on my experience, although you are given some ideas what to focus for final examination, but maybe some of you still don't care all the information, still cannot answer the question or not perform good for final examination. But the most important, on my side, I already help you, guide you what to study, because you have to do revision on chapter 4, chapter 5, and chapter 7, chapter 6, and chapter 7. So by this some information, so your preparation is more focused. So you prepare, you can prepare more, but it's better. But this is the most likely topics that will be asked in the final examination. So for this final examination, it is only on chapter 4, 5, 6, and 7. Chapter 4 is about color, morphology. Chapter 5, chapter 6, object recognition, and chapter 7 is application. One question from chapter 7 is about case study and propose the methodology on vision system. That you have to discuss for each step in the step for the vision system development. Because it's contribute 25 marks, then you have to think that every single word that you discuss contribute some marks. If you discuss simple, how do you relate with this? How you will get the full marks? Because it is 25 marks, so it must be equivalent with your discussion. You got what I mean? So this is a chapter 4, color. You have to look at back my slide, and maybe you want to do other revision from other sources like Google or ChatGPT. Now we have a ChatGPT, is very good. So read definition of color. So color, we have a CMYK, we have additive, we have subtractive. So try to understand all that colors. Saturated color, what is the meaning of the saturated color? The combination of red, green, and blue. So this one, you have to understand the conversion of color image to to BW. Let me share again because I'm already share. Conversion of color image to BW. If you are given RGB, how are you going to convert to BW? Okay. I'm not sure whether it is in the slide or not, but I did explain in lecture. But if you still cannot get it, try to find other resources from internet or from any reference books. So this one you can get from the slide, thresholding method to detect color component, RGB, to detect G, for example. Then you have to set some certain value to detect green. And in the slide also, there is a solution for intensity changes. How you solve the intensity changes if you use thresholding method to detect color component. Next, chapter 5, image segmentation based on color. You are given one object and perform the image segmentation based on color. Propose a method of image segmentation. So this one, there is no specific answers, but any good idea, I mean, a good discussion of this image segmentation, then you will get a full marks from this question. Read and understand the process of morphology shrink and expand. What is morphology? Morphology, erosion and direction. We have a shrink, we have expand. Calculation of erosion and dilation. If you are given one size of image, 4x4, for example, perform erosion and dilation. You can get this detailed explanation in the slide. And we have also the same image segmentation. And the above one is based on color. The last one is based on histogram method. Chapter 6 is object recognition. You can do revision on the from the slide. Sea-based ensamplement features. How to differentiate sea-based ensamplement. How you can propose a classification discriminator if you are given a graph of features of feature values of two objects, then how you can determine this classification discriminant. And you need also to understand how feature values of two objects can be used to classify the object. If you are given features value, find a classification method to classify the object. And the last one is case study. As I explained to you just now, you are given one case, then you have to propose a complete method to develop vision system, starting from data acquisition, pre-processing, feature extraction, object recognition, classification, right? Then in order to explain that, then you have to relate with the application. I mean, don't just explain in general without relate it to the application. All right. Okay, so that's all some information about the final examination. I advise you to read all my slides, chapter 4, 5, 6, 7, and give more focus on on what I share with you just now. All right. Okay, that's all for today. Once again, I would like to apologize to you for this semester. I'm not sure whether I already give my best, but towards the end, a few class has been missed. I mean, has been cancelled, and we're not having a physical class. But I try my best to share a video to you. Then I hope that this final sharing video on chapter 7 and also some information on the final examination will help you for the best preparation for the final exam. I hope you perform well on the final examination because it contribute 60% of your marks, and I hope you can get a good grade for this subject. Thank you very much, and don't forget to submit your uh, project assignment, which is 15%. Submit a report and prepare for the project demonstration. Thank you very much. That's all for today. See you again. Bye bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi